Hello everyone, welcome back to another Aberdeen episode. Hope you're all doing very well today. We have got a lot to cover in today's episode. Plenty of games since you last saw us, a whole transfer window, a whole round in the Champions League that I'll talk about that in a second, but we've got a big Champions League game today, a knockout game against a team that could potentially be beatable. Maybe it'll go horribly wrong. I don't know. We're gonna find out. So let's run the intro and get right into it. Hi everyone, Jake here. Welcome back to another episode of the Aberdeen series. Hope you're all doing very, very well. As you can see, we're up here. We are in the 3rd of March already. Plenty of time has passed since you last saw us. That includes a January transfer window. It includes a round in the Champions League that we'll talk about. And today we'll be facing off against Borussia Dortmund across 2 legs, hoping to potentially make it through to the quarter-finals of a Champions League. Just to be here in the round of 16 is already crazy for us. But if we can go one step further, it will be amazing. Before we make any steps further, if I could ask you guys to smash the like button for me, I'd massively appreciate it. All of your support has been amazing, and this series, we're 20 odd episodes in now, and it's still going really well in terms of views and whatnot, so thank you very much for that. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, as we get close to 16k subs, and if we are at 16k subs already, and you haven't subscribed by now, and you're this many episodes into a series, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that button, comment down below to get involved, and I'll read and reply to as many of them as I can. But with that being said, let's catch you up, shall we? First thing, what have we been doing since you last saw us? You saw us in this League Cup final here in December where we won 2-0 against Celtic. Since then, we have been in great form, winning a lot of our matches. We beat Tottenham away in the Champions League group phase, which was amazing. Drew 2-2 with Monaco, João Beso scoring a 98th minute penalty, and we were 1 place off in the Champions League from going through automatically to the round of 16. But instead, unfortunately, we did have to play a playoff round where we were against Atletico Madrid, an away match at their stadium, a goal from Duke from a goalkeeper mistake, a brilliant performance from our defence got us a 1-0 victory. At home we got a 1-1 draw, Duke again on the score sheet, and that put us in to the round of 16 where we've been drawn against Dortmund, not the worst tie in the world that we could have had, and possibly winnable. They are currently sitting, I don't know where in the Bundesliga, let's see, I don't have it loaded in properly, but they're still the 2nd best side in the division it seems. A good squad, some good players, and it will not be an easy match at all today. But outside of that, we've been winning in the league a lot. We're still in the Scottish Cup where we've knocked out Celtic in an extra time win. We're doing really well overall, and I won't go into every single result, but basically we're winning a lot of matches. There was a loss to Celtic down the line, and it's now meant that the league table looks like this, with us sitting on 72 points. Our closest challengers are Celtic on 70, but we've got a game in hand over them. So this is still a pretty good advantage for us. The Scottish Cup, Rangers and Hibs are maybe our only real challenges left. Obviously, we could lose to any of the teams here, but I just think Hibs and Rangers are the biggest threats to the Scottish Cup. We've already got the League Cup under our belts, and today, of course, we are facing off against Borussia Dortmund. But first, let's take a look at our January transfers, where I didn't make an episode straight after it, basically, because nothing really happened. Despite our huge wage budget now and our transfer budget, I didn't feel like we needed to bring anyone in at this moment. I felt anything would have disrupted the squad, so I'll just guide you through the things that we did do, and that was a free transfer to help our youth team that we found. I mean, he's decent, he's not great, but we got him for free, and maybe he'll go on to, be sold for a couple £100,000. Whatever it is, we don't mind having this young striker, but this guy could potentially have a big future for us. A Brazilian free agent centre-back that we picked up. He's played quite a few professional games already in the 1st division out in Brazil, really good physically, good tackler, good marking. I don't think he's going to end up being, actually a player that plays for us, realistically, with his technical and mental ability, but you don't know, do you? We might go on to sell for a few million. He's currently worth about 5 apparently, and we bought him for free, so I think he was definitely worth it, and who knows what will happen there. And in terms of sales, we didn't really do anything at all. The only notable squad update was Leighton Clarkson has decided he will let his contract run out. He's agreed a deal to join Kilmarnock. they're sitting near the bottom of the Scottish First Division, so clearly he's not the kind of player that we should be relying upon anyway anymore, if that's where he's going to end up. Let's just put a scout report on that young player there. But yes, he will be leaving at the end of the season. But the other squad update I just wanted to cover was the man that seems to be filling his boots and doing really well for us. It's Trevor Fivey, the youngster here, who is currently banned after a sending off, but he's someone that we brought into the first team just to give game time whenever possible. And then out of nowhere, Kozlowski and Arjen Ibrahimovic both got injured in the midfield, and it meant that Fivey here was going to have to play more often than we wanted him to. But so far, he's played 16 games as a Mezzala, scored 6 goals with 4 assists, and a big chunk of those games, 6 of them, were off the bench. So that's really impressive. 10 starts with 10 goal contributions. A 7.25 average match rating. We're very happy to have him on board and have him contributing to the first 11. But other than that, our squad is in a good place. Not too many injuries, not too many suspensions, and hopefully we'll be able to give a good crack at this Dortmund game. I'll show both legs today, and I'll skip the game that's in between against St Mirren. Hopefully we'll get a win there. But of course, home against Dortmund in the first leg, this is the one where if we're going to get the result, we need to get something here. But this won't be an easy game at all. Realistically, I imagine we are not going through, but you never know. So we'll see how we get on. Let's pick our side. We are going to go for Torkelton, Estevez, Beso, Morrison, Heldesar. Is that what we want? Is Valetic? No, Valetic is slightly tired. We will go for Liam Morrison then. Sherendor, Ibrahimovic, Guy Buer. Guy Buer has been in great form recently. Apatre, Pereira, Kozlowski. I definitely don't want Kozlowski there. I'd rather have Duke or Wilhelmsen, whoever's in better form. We'll actually start Duke, you know. I am going to start Duke up top. And then the only other debate is, do we put in Sergio Gomez? I feel like we probably should. He is a better player than Sherendor, so I'll do that, and I'll make sure that we have him on the bench there. And I think with that being said, this is the team that we'll go for against Dortmund. Hopefully we don't get blown out of the water in game 1, because then we'll have to sit around for game 2 and watch us just lose even more and know that we've got no hope. But you never know. As long as we're in the tie after this first match, I'll be happy, even if we do lose. So let's go out there and give it our best shot. Hopefully it turns out well. Let's get into it. Notable players in the Dortmund team include Sewell, Inacio, Adiemi, also Gio Reyna, Benjamin Sesko. Some good talent out there, but it's not, you know, the most stacked team in the world. Ibrahimovic and Kozlowski are still coming back to fitness, which is why they're not both starting together today. Ibrahimovic we're using slowly in the first team, the same with Kozlowski. Both of them had 6 or 7 week injuries, so we're just happy to have them back somewhere in the squad. And so far, we're 20 minutes in, nothing's really happening, and that's, I suppose, the way we want it to go. At home, I'd quite like to dominate possession. It doesn't look like we're doing that, and if we can just get a single goal, or like I say, just stay in the game in some way, we'll be very happy, and we'll go to Dortmund just hoping for some kind of freak result to get us through into the quarterfinals. But let's see, we are on the ball here. It's Pereira in a great position, and Oscar Pereira scores from a really, really tight angle. I had no hope in him at all for scoring there, but he's done it. He puts us 1-0 up after 30 minutes, and who knows what's going to happen here. Maybe we'll get through against Dortmund and get into a quarter-final. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. Let's take this bit by bit. Great play by Heldesar to find Pereira. You assumed he had to square it, but he said, you know what? I see a gap at near post. He went for it, put it past the goalkeeper, and we'll see how close was he to being offside. It was a really well-timed run. Number 7 for Dortmund playing him on. And then from this angle, no way should that goalkeeper be letting him in. Alvaro Fernandez, whoever you are, who are you? You play for Espanyol in real life currently, apparently. Used to play for Brentford. Either way, playing for Dortmund there. They'll be wishing they never signed him based on that goalkeeping performance. But they are quite an attacking team. 2 complete wing-backs on either side. And yeah, so far we cannot complain about this at all. Possession fairly equal. We're not allowing them any chances. We're not having many ourselves. But with Pereira's brilliant finish there, that's put us in a great position. 1-0 after 45. A great start to the first quarter of this Champions League tie, and hopefully in the second half it'll be more of the same. Maybe we need to take off Ibrahimovic, maybe Apatre, maybe even Duke, but so far so good in terms of the way this game is going, and we will make some subs about 60 minutes in, I think. Still though, we're not allowing any real shots or chances from Dortmund, and at 60 minutes before the subs, we're getting one highlight. Will it be a missed chance for a team? Will it be Borussia Dortmund going on the counter-attack? Will we make it 2-0 and put ourselves in a great position? Let's see. It is Dortmund on the ball, and maybe it's going to be a highlight for them. They're playing it through quite nicely. This could be their first chance of the game. Whether it's a goal, who knows? And it's Skov currently. He goes back to Ignacio in defence, but Apatre snaps in there, wins the ball back. We're on the counter. Skov with a good tackle, but it falls to Ibrahimovic. Duke, Pereira's in. Is he going to score from a tight angle again? He's not. He lays it off to Guy Buer. It's saved. Apatre's got the ball. He shoots, and it's just over. Very, very close there to making it 2-0. A brilliant counter-attack. Good work from Apatre to win the ball back. We'll get some subs on in a second, but not before Gio Reyna can head it over the bar. We escape luckily there, still with a lead, and there's another highlight, so I'm not going to make any subs just yet. Torkelton, good save from him. It looks like it might be a highlight for us. Let's just play the ball out nicely, not make any cheap mistakes. The fact that this Aberdeen side, I know we're 5 seasons in, but we went from being a mid-table Scottish division club to being, Champions League knockout rounds in the last 2 years. We might be about to make the quarterfinals of the Champions League. It's going to give us money. It's going to give us cash to improve the team. We got 8 million just from making it through the playoffs. And it's going to take this club to another level. And Pereira has actually just scored. Is he onside? I think he is. We are 2-0 up against Borussia Dortmund. And this is becoming more of a reality. We needed to do this kind of job at home to stand any chance at all. Obviously, going to Dortmund Stadium in the next leg is going to be way harder. But what a goal. Ibrahimovic gets through, he squares the ball with a brilliant cross, and Pereira just has to direct it into the net. He does exactly that. We're 2-0 up, and now it's time to make them subs that we were waiting to do. And hopefully we can maybe make it 3-0 in this game, or at least keep this 2-0 lead. The first thing, Sergio Gomez is tired and on a yellow, so we'll bring on Sharon Dor. Yes, that's fine. We're also going to protect Arjen Ibrahimovic and bring on Kasper Kozlowski. Heldasar also tired and has done very well, so we'll bring on Wilton Esbrand. Duke not playing great, so we'll bring him off for Wilhelmsen. And then Apatre, I suppose we bring off for Volomark, and that'll be our 5 subs. Actually, you know what? Leave Apatre on. We'll save the other sub. We're going to be safe just in case someone gets injured. I don't want to have to drop to 10 men or, put a bad team out because we've used all our subs already. So we'll hold on to our last one. But here is Wilhelmsen going forward. Wilson Esbrand to the man of the moment, Pereira, who, by the way, in that January window, had his release clause activated by Leicester City and Borussia Dortmund, who you're seeing here. He just decided to stay at the club instead of leaving. So what a hero he is. And we might have a third goal. I think it was offside, but I'm not going to completely put it out there that it's not a goal because it looked a bit on the edge. And I think it's actually counted. I think we're winning 3-0. Estevez with a good ball in. Apatre headed it on, and Wilhelmsen with a brilliant volleyed finish. If we hit this button and it stays, it's counted. And it has. We're winning 3-0 against Borussia Dortmund. Are we going to win the Champions League, everybody? Are we actually going to win the Champions League this year? We're clearly not ready for it. But you never know, do you? All the knockout playoff games in the league phase, we did decently well in. So who knows what's going to happen. Dortmund do get a goal back here, and that is a little bit unfortunate. Samardzic breaks through and chips the goalkeeper. But if you'd offered me 3-1 before this game started, I would have absolutely bit your hand off there. So fair play. Sharon Dor, with a poor touch, plays through that Dortmund striker, and he chips it, finishes well past Torkelson, and it is now 3-1. If we concede again, we might get a little bit more worried. But right now, like I say, if you'd offered me 3-1, I would have been more than happy to take it. Oh no, Dortmund have a corner here. And Sula, we block it well. Brilliant save from Torkelson in goal there to make sure that it isn't 3-2 on the night. I just want this game to be over now. Get this leg done. Win the next match in the league with our rotated team, and then come back and just finish the job off here against Dortmund in their stadium. It's not going to be easy by any stretch, but we're very proud of the performance so far. Here is Collins for Dortmund. One last chance for them to make it 3-2. It's Samardzic. He finds, who was that? Was it Sesko? You'd assume Sesko would have put that away, but he didn't. We get very lucky. 4 minutes on the clock. It's nearly time up, and we have done it. We have won 3-1 in the Champions League against Borussia Dortmund. I know their team isn't the best that it's ever been. I love this little team talk, though. That sound you hear is everyone who wrote us off backtracking. What a performance. We have done it. The first leg is complete. We got the win. And now we'll move on to the second leg. And I'll tell you about what happens in the St. Mirren match in the meantime. Okay, so we're back and ready for the second leg of this Dortmund match. Just to let you know what happened in that league game, we used the rotation side and we had 3 homegrown players getting us the goals. First, Trevor Fivey with another one in front of the net. He's a great passer. He works hard, makes good movements off the ball. He's physically very, very powerful, 6'4" as well. Finishing and dribbling let him down, but he still manages to score quite a lot in games, so I think he's okay. We also had Alfie Bavidge completing his redemption arc, really, because he has been scoring quite often when we call upon him now. He now has 6 goals with 2 starts and 15 off the bench appearances. Not too bad at all, Alfie. Maybe we will keep him around. And then young academy product Ewan Kidd came in off the bench. He tapped it in from close range. We're very happy to have him get another goal. He did score one in the cup for us not too long ago, but there we go. We won the game in between. All of our players are fresh. We managed to rest everyone. I'm sure the same can't be said for Dortmund. They likely would have had quite an important match, but we have got the same side out again, exactly the same team if I remember correctly, and hopefully we'll get the exact same result with another win. I doubt it's going to be another 3-1er, but you never know, guys. So let's go out there and hopefully somehow make the quarterfinals of the UCL. Then if you win that, you're suddenly in the semi-finals, and who knows what could happen from there. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's focus on this one game. What we need to remember, any of you watching out there, this will not be an easy game. We're going over to the Yellow Wall, to Dortmund Stadium, and we're just going to pray, really, that we can make it through here, because I mean, them at home, you imagine it's going to be quite a dominant performance this time round. A change of style. Oh, let me slow that down a little bit. But they're certainly going to have more of an impetus to go out there and attack. They know they need to get plenty of goals today. And that could end up being the downfall of us. We've got some players on that can hopefully help us break away should the chances arise. But there's the first chance already. We're managing just to about hang on there, and we've cleared it away. Is there going to be another chance for Dortmund after only 1 minute? Looks like there might be. They're in the right back spot. Now it's back with Sewell. Matai Marai. Back to him again. He's got a chance to cross. He crosses. It's blocked and it goes out for a corner. This is what I mean. Dortmund are going to come out firing here, trying to score as many as possible. And they do follow in with a corner towards Sewell. Pereira heads it away. Back to Marai. Can we just make it out of this first? You know, we've got to take it 10 minutes at a time, really. But Ruiz is in and it comes off the post, I think, and into Torkeldson's gloves. Let's calm it down. No more highlights for a few seconds, but already Dortmund getting more XG than they got in the whole of that first leg, if I remember right. Possession massively in their favour in the first 10. We just need to ride out this early storm, let the game settle a little bit, and hopefully take it from there. And we are doing exactly that. We're now 15 minutes in with no other chances, but here are Dortmund. Matai Marai, it's a header from close range over the bar. We can't change anything here. We just need to play the way that we've been playing. We just got to hope we get that breakaway, that bit of luck. And what we did not want was one of our main men here, Guy Buer, getting an injury. Kozlowski was pretty tired before this game, and for that reason he isn't on the bench, and he would likely have came on here, so I think we'll have to go for Scherendor instead. I even considered Trevor Fivey for a second there, but I think we will go Scherendor. Guy Buer was in really good form for us, actually. The best form he's been in since we started this save, so it's really unfortunate to see him get injured. We have got players ready to step up in that position, good players too, and hopefully they'll be able to help us here. But here's the first highlight where we're actually kicking a football, and it's Gomez to Beso. Sergio Gomez, by the way, after those first really few impressive games he had for us, after that he's just been a bit average, and I don't think we're going to have him become a world-class player. Oh my god, we've done exactly what I wanted. We scored out of nowhere, and not just scored. Scherendor comes off the bench and scores an absolute screamer. Like, fair play to Apatre down here, wins the ball back. He is someone, by the way, that will become world-class, I can guarantee it. He plays a great ball to Scherendor, who fires it home, and again, the Dortmund goalkeeper, questions have to be asked. But we're 1-0 up away from home. Dortmund have all the early possession and chances, but we've got a goal, and it's now 4-1 on aggregate, and it's looking increasingly likely that we will make it through. What I was saying is Gomez, you know what, I'm going to shut up about Gomez because we might have another chance to score. It's Scherendor again, his header comes off the bar, and now I will take a second to speak about him. Here we go, let's click on him. We've made it. Okay, so you'll see his potential has kind of knocked itself down a little bit. His determination dropped as well. He had one of them things where suddenly his determination went down, and he's just not really playing amazing. Compared to what we expected from his attributes, you can see it never really worked out. I will say, though, deep line playmaker on defence, it's not a duty that I usually see get loads of great average match ratings. He's also not super consistent, and you can see why maybe it isn't working out amazing for him. He's still a very good player, mind you, but I just don't see him being world-class the way that I do with Apatre, the way that I think Pereira will eventually get to, and potentially even Veletic at centre-back. I really do think he's got a lot of potential. He's not playing today because of how the fitness is lined up, and he's not really fit for this match, but was for the rotation match. But Liam Morrison's perfectly good enough to step in, the young Scotsman. But 44 minutes in, just before half-time, are Dortmund going to get a goal back? That would be really unfortunate because it will definitely help their team talk and their momentum. It's a great save from Torkelson. He gets back and makes another save from Sesko. I don't know why Sesko didn't shoot straight away, but we have managed to make it out alive. Brilliant saves from our goalkeeper there, and we go into half-time 4-1. Still not over yet, mind you. Definitely not over, but we're doing everything we could want from the players here. Pereira, despite a great first leg, not really involved in the second leg here. But we are making it through. It is still 4-1 on aggregate. There's another highlight. Hopefully it's not a Dortmund goal. As long as it's not, we're happy. If it ends up being another goal for us, I will be absolutely baffled at how we're doing so well here. We're really not meant to be doing this good. I know we're a few seasons in, but our team is nowhere near the level of Dortmund's. If we had someone like Ignacio at centre-back, just a random centre-back for them, he'd be, our best player by far. So it's awesome that we're doing this well. Clearly the momentum of winning so many games in the Scottish League has got our confidence up. We've been doing so well in cup competitions as well that these players are ready for these big occasions. But here we go. It is Dortmund going forward, looking for their first goal of the second leg, their second goal of a tie. It's Gio Reyna, finds Ruiz in a box to Sesko, and he does manage to squeeze it in. But wait, is he offside? If he's offside, this might just be our day. Here we go, they're going to check it with VAR. They're running back ready to try and score another goal. They're getting back behind the halfway line. VAR, could it save us? I don't think he was off, and he wasn't. It has counted. Dortmund get their first goal of the night, the second goal of a tie, and it's going to be 4-2 on aggregate. If you'd offered me this with, 40 minutes left to play, obviously I would have taken it, so hopefully things will still go well from here. But Dortmund have got so much XG from this game so far, and possession in their favour. We're getting quite lucky to even be in this game still, and it's particularly for it to be 1-1. It just seems so unfair on Dortmund, but we'll certainly take it. We're not complaining. But in the 60th minute, there's another highlight, and it is Dortmund going forward. If they score another, it will be a bit worrying. I feel like if they get another one, they are going to come back, but we'll see. It's Gomez with a really nice incisive ball to Apatre, who's in behind. He shoots, it hits the post. Really good play from two players that we spoke about today, Apatre and Gomez, with the exact kind of passes that we want him to be pulling off. A great ball over the defence, a killer ball. And we don't end up scoring, but it is now the 75th minute. Probably about time we make some changes. And I think we should be able, hopefully from this point, to see it out. First thing will be Odebert coming on. We're also going to take off Ibrahimovic and bring on the young Trevor Fivey, because why not? Ibrahimovic not having a great game. Liam Morrison, nor is he, so we're going to bring on Veletic. I'm going to leave it at that for now. We'll just hold on. That's 3 subs. We'll still have 2 left to use after that. We've freshened up a few different positions. Actually, we brought on Sharon Dor earlier, didn't we? So we've actually got 1 sub left. But it is now Samardzic going through again. He scored in the first leg. He's not going to score here just yet. We managed to clear it away. He might get another chance in a second, but it is us on the ball with Odebert, a very capable player to come on. All the players we brought on, I'm more than happy to. They're all great players. Here is Sharon Dor. Takes it to Gomez. Gomez to Duke. Duke's going to play it through, hopefully to Odebert. He doesn't quite make it. And Dortmund go forward. Samardzic, ball in, Sesko over the bar. I've literally got my fingers crossed. I'm watching this pretty much. And there's 8 minutes left at this point. It's 4-2 on aggregate. We might actually make this happen. If we can somehow win this individual game at Dortmund Stadium as well, it would be incredible. And here's Estevez trying to make that happen on the right-hand side. He can pull the ball back into the box. He's going to try it. It loops up into the gloves of Fernandez. Maybe Dortmund are going to counter-attack here. Big kick from him. Goes forward. We need to win this first ball. And Veletic makes sure that we do. He finds Estevez, who's got a lot of players around him, but makes it through. Apatre loses it. We almost win it back, but we don't. Beso with a big header. Sharon Dor clears it away. Odebert flicks it on. Trevor Fivey. Little chip ball over to Odebert. Are we going to make it 2-1? We might just do it. Odebert pulls it back. Oh, no. No, not Dortmund, surely. They've got so many players on this counter-attack. Samardzic is in. He shapes up against Torkelson. What a save from Torkelson. He keeps us in it. That would have been 4-3 on aggregate, and 5 minutes left would have been absolute hell to have to watch through. A brilliant one-on-one save. You have to ask why the Dortmund player did not square that, but we'll certainly take it. 3 minutes left on the clock now of normal time. Dortmund's still going. More highlights coming our way. They're piling on the pressure at this point. Heldesar needs to just clear it, and he does. He finds Odebert. Marivo gets there before Odebert can, and Odebert gets a good tackle in. We're working really hard for the 3 points here. I say 3 points, should I say getting through. There's no points in the Champions League knockout rounds, Jake, come on. But here we go. It's Samardzic. Again, he goes forward. He seems to be the key player for them since coming on. It's a good ball in. Heldesar gets his head to it. Samu, Marai. I don't know what's going on here. It's just pure chaos. And it's Samardzic, and he blasts it into the back of the net. I didn't see anything wrong with that. They're going to be VAR checking it once more. But if Dortmund have scored, these last few minutes are going to be so tense. I don't see why it would not count. Goal review. It is going to be goal disallowed. This is going to be our night. Samardzic, I thought that was an excellent goal from him, to be perfectly honest with you. It looked like Dortmund were building up for it, but he is way offside. I don't know how I didn't spot that. He comes back, plays it across, Samardzic smashes it in, and they've now got 3.31 XG, but it's only 1-1 on the night, 90 minutes gone. Only a few minutes left to make it through into the Champions League quarter-final. It looks like it might be becoming a reality. Might we even sneak a win at Dortmund Stadium in the final minutes? Are they going to make it 4-3? We'll see. Brandt to Samardzic. He seems really good, by the way. We need to have a look at him. Beso loses it, falls out to Anderson, who slots it in. Joachim Anderson, is that a Crystal Palace centre-back who's just scored there? I think he has. I mean, the game's saying at the bottom, surely only a consolation goal, but there's still like 2 minutes to go. Beso missed a tackle there. I don't know how. And now, quite worryingly, there's going to be a couple minutes left. There's 1 goal left in it. Just blow your whistle, referee. And he has. We have beat Borussia Dortmund 4-3 on aggregate. A 3-1 win in our stadium was enough to get us over the line. We have won the tie. We're going into the quarterfinals. Let's see what kind of teams are there with us. It's a while until the quarterfinal draw, I believe. But left in the competition now, Aberdeen are through. Porto are knocked out. It looks like we're going to be seeing one of Bayern Munich or Liverpool go. That's cool. Leverkusen and Ajax, I'd certainly take either of them in the next round. There might be hope for us still in this competition, but we have made a quarter-final. We get £8 million for it. That now puts our finances with £54 million in the bank. Look at that increase in money over the last couple of years. Exceptional stuff. We are absolutely smashing it. We're really happy with how this has gone so far. You'll be seeing us next in the quarter-final, I imagine, unless we get an easy tie and somehow make it through. For those wondering, by the way, I did originally record something for this Atletico Madrid game, but when it went through, I thought, you know what, should I just show the round of 16? I don't want to, have an episode every time we have a match in the Champions League, so I'll work it out. I might not release it if we get through the quarterfinals really easily. Maybe you'll see us in the semi-finals. I don't know. Realistically, quarterfinals might be where we get knocked out. So we'll see how it goes. But if you have enjoyed, smash the like button for us. Subscribe for more. Thank you for being legends. Hopefully, this could be our year in the Champions League. I really doubt it, but at least we're going further and further each year. But there we go. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.